What is today? Today is what? 16th? I'll read two of these. Create compelling spectacles. Using words to plead your case is risky business. Words are dangerous instruments and often go astray. The words people use to persuade us virtually invite us to reflect on them with words of our own, and we mull them over and often end up believing the opposite of what they say. That is part of our perverse nature. It also happens that words offend us and stir up associations unintended by the speaker. The visual, on the other hand, shortcuts the labyrinth of words. It strikes with emotional power and immediacy that leave no gaps or reflection and doubt. Like music, it leaps right over rational, reasonable thoughts. The best way to use visuals is to organize images and symbols into a grand spectacle that awes people and distracts them from unpleasant realities. This is easy to do. People love what is grand, spectacular, and larger than life. Appeal to their emotions, and they will flock to your spectacle in hordes. Visual is an easy route to their hearts. Daily Law stage spectacles for those around you, then full of arresting visuals and radiant symbols that heighten your presence. Dazzled by appearances, no one will notice what you are really doing. The 48 Laws of Power, Law 37, create compelling spectacles. And then this one, oh good grief, use their rigidity. A pawnbroker's son once came to the great 18th century Zen master Hakuin with the following problem. He wanted to get his father to practice Buddhism, but the man pretended to be too busy with his bookkeeping to have time for even a single chant or prayer. Hakuin knew the pawnmaker. He was an inveterate miser who would only use this as an excuse to avoid religion, which he considered a waste of time. Hakuin advised the boy to tell his father that the Zen master himself would buy from him each prayer and chant that he did on a daily basis. It was strictly a business deal. Of course, the pawnbroker was very happy with the deal. He could shut his son up and make money in the process. Each day he presented Hakuin with his bill for the prayers, and Hakuin duly paid him. But on the seventh day he failed to show up. It seemed that he had gotten so caught up in the chanting that he had forgotten to count how many prayers he had done. A few days later, he admitted to Hakuin he had become completely taken up with the chants, felt so much better, and did not need to be paid any more. He soon became a very generous donor to Hakuin's temple. When people are rigid in their opposition to something, it stems from deep fear of change and the uncertainty it could bring. They must have everything on their own terms and feel in control. You play into their hands if you try with all your advice to encourage change. It gives them something to react against and justifies their rigidity. They become more stubborn. Stop fighting with such people, and use the actual nature of their rigid behavior to effect a gentle change that could lead to something greater. Daily Law, people often won't do what others ask them to do because they simply want to assert their will. If you heartily agree with their rebellion, they will rebel again and assert their will in the opposite direction, which is what you wanted all along. The essence of reverse psychology. The law of human nature, number 7, soften people's resistance by confirming their self-opinion. The law of the fat ass. Reverse psychology. My boy is gonna love that one. All right. Okay. Let's go. That's tasty. Oh. Yeah, really what all that stuff's about is like playing with energy. Recognizing energy and using it in a useful way. Come on, get out of the road. Don't look at me, walk. I wonder if people realize, well, people must not realize, if you walk directly across a street rather than at an angle, you cross the street quicker. I don't get people's minds. To be honest, I don't want to. I mean, I get people's minds. What I don't get is why why the need to fix certain things. That thought never occurs to them. Door's locked. Well, it's gonna be another day with the dogs. See how it goes. Hopefully, it's be nice in the light. And I'm gonna be in with the bigs because they can't handle it. Seems to be too much for them to keep track of, or they don't have the energy to put the pack in their place. That's just going to have to be me. Oh, I hate that light. Only the driver's side does it. I don't know why. Well, this red light is rarely on. Wonder why now. Stop this little red light. No apparent reason because it's gonna turn green just like that. I'm barely in traffic, so I don't know what I think it's doing. Yeah, these videos are a little harder now. So I'm like trying to distract my mind with these pages that I read, but every morning it's kind of a little reminder that something's kind of missing. And it's just hard to kind of ignore that. I'm just trying to keep my energy up. Hopefully my exit's open. Right lane closed ahead. Let's see. Yeah, that does look like the case. Speed kills. Slow down. Who writes this stuff? Kind of retarded because speed also saves. Like if an ambulance wants to get to somebody quick or get them to the hospital fast, in that case, speed saves. Speed saves lives. There are no absolutes. But for every absolute, there's an equal and opposite that is just as valid. Oh man, I should have my drink. I guess that guy didn't see the sign. I wish I had something to say. My mind's just kind of blank. Right. I'm here.